You may have heard from your solar installer or seen online the word critter guard. What is it and what does it do to protect your system? Well, let's talk about it. There's a lot of different ways to protect your solar panels. Personally, I'm biased towards the SI30 products from Solar Insure because those give you 30-year protection over the equipment, the labor costs, and all kinds of different pieces of the components for those systems. But there are a lot of things you can also add onto your system to enhance that protection, Critter Guard being one of them. So what is Critter Guard? Well, Critter Guard is kind of like a chain link fence. It would be a fence that kind of goes around the outside of the panels to keep critters from getting underneath there. Squirrels, birds, possums, skunks, anything that might get up on top of your roof and might want to hang out underneath your panels where it's dry and it can be a little bit warmer. Those things want to get under there and you want to keep them out. The trouble is, let's say a squirrel gets underneath there and builds a nest. Bunch of wires underneath those panels and those squirrels want to chew those wires. If they chew them, the panel will no longer be able to be used. It's broken. Now, when you have warranties from manufacturers, those don't cover damage from critters or weather or anything like that that's not specifically related to the operation of the product. So using something like Critter Guard can really enhance the protection for your system by filling in the gaps that other warranties may not cover. How is this going to look on your solar quote and should you add it? If you live in an area or in your house specifically, you have trees that are overhanging the roof, I would highly recommend putting in Critter Guard. The likelihood of something being able to access your roof and the panels is really high if you have trees. Now, I also used to work with a lot of new build construction communities where there's really not a lot of mature trees that are up over the houses or even on top of the houses. And in those cases, you may not need it. Or if there are any trees around you at all, you may not need any type of Critter Guard. But if there's a possibility that could happen, it is better to be safe than sorry. There could always be a cost associated on the front end. If you have a system that is more of a perfect even square, it's going to be less because there's less per foot cost. Usually installers will charge you based on the number of feet of guard they have to install. So if you're a nice square, it's going to be cheaper. But if your panels are all wonky and there's multiple different roof planes, it's kind of in a pyramid shape or one sticking over here, one over there, it's going to cost you a little bit more. That can get some sticker shock in some people, but when you look at the cost to replace a panel that's not under warranty, you could make up that money pretty quick. So it is definitely, in my opinion, a worthwhile install if you do notice any critters around or near your house or running around on your roof. So it's a good idea to take a look at. There are a few options out there that you may see, but not all of them are going to give you the same protection. You're driving around, you see some systems may have like a metal piece that goes along the front leading edge of those panels. That's called skirting. It's an aesthetic choice that actually doesn't do anything to protect you from critters. It's just so if you're on the ground next to it, you can't see up underneath the panels. So it's not going to do anything for you in terms of protection, but it might help the system look nicer. So talk to your solar installer about Critter Guard if you do notice critters around your area because you don't want those to get underneath the panels. It can be something that can be really worthwhile to help you in long term for your protection. But also make sure to include the SI30 products from Solar Insure because those are going to cover you on the labor costs as well. So you are covered across the board. If you liked the video, found it helpful, thank you so much for watching and leave a like and subscribe.